Old pond. A frog jumps in. The sound of water. Old pond. A frog jumps in. The sound of water. This is perhaps the most famous haiku ever written by the most famous haiku poet of all time, Matsuo Basho, in the 1600s in Japan. So, what is haiku? Is it a short poem of 3 lines, written with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second, 5 in the third? Well, it can be, or not. But that in itself does not make haiku. In fact, most haiku today are not written in the 5-7-5 format. Usually, however, the first and third lines do not exceed 5 syllables, and the middle line does not exceed 7. Traditionally, a haiku captures a moment in time. It is about nature. It consists of a sentence fragment and a phrase, and has a kigo, or season word, and has 2 parts, a setup and a surprise or twist. So traditionally, haiku is read twice so that the audience can get it. Hummingbird. I stop what I was doing, whatever it was. Hummingbird. I stop what I was doing, whatever it was. That and the rest of the haiku I'll read were written by me and are published in various haiku anthologies. While haiku is, by definition, a poem about nature, haiku-like poems about human nature are called senryu. They have the same basic structure as do haiku, but do not have to have the nature element or season word. Self-checkout in the grocery store window. Self-checkout in the grocery store window. And here's a senryu I wrote in the traditional 5-7-5 format. Denuded hillside, lumber for the housing tract, Forest View Estates. Denuded hillside, lumber for the housing tract, Forest View Estates. I think of haiku or senryu as if they are single frames in a film. They capture a moment in time. It is up to the reader or listener to fill in the blanks as to what happened before, during, or after that moment. Heartland. The deep furrows in the farmer's brow. Heartland. The deep furrows in the farmer's brow. Haiku almost never rhyme, and usually, not always, are written in lower case, and more often than not have no punctuation. Sometimes the poet will insert an em dash or an ellipsis at the end of the first or second line to indicate a break or a pause between the haiku's 2 parts. And oh, by the way, it is one haiku and many haiku. There is no S in the plural version of the word. I make it a daily practice to write at least one haiku, and I post one each day on my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/haikuish. Writing and reading haiku is one way, a good way, to practice mindfulness. It is a way to slow down, to notice things, especially little things, in both the natural world and in the world of human nature. Here, there, hummingbird. here, there. Hummingbird.